Okay, I am live. Hello and welcome. We're at the end of February. How did this happen? I'm so excited to come to you today because I have something that's very close to my heart and important to me to talk about, but it's I have a little bit of a different view than a lot of other people who call themselves a coach. So I just wanted to talk with you about my view. We're going to talk about how the concept of if you change your thoughts, you can change your life, about whether or not that's always true. Now, I'm a big proponent of life coaching and business coaching. So the thought that I have about it might actually kind of surprise you, but I'm just going to kind of peel back the layers today and tell you what I really think about that thought, that changing your thoughts can change your life. If you don't know me or we're not familiar yet, I'm Lori Reeves, founder and CEO of Brand Strength, and I help solopreneurs make more money. For the past 10 years or so, I have been helping entrepreneurs and solopreneurs improve their business so that they can make more money. And if that's something that you want to do is make more money and more impact, then I would love for us to get acquainted. Now, if you do want to make more money and you are a solopreneur who provides services, I have a 4-step checklist that you can follow that will help you make more money in your business. If you want that checklist, just drop a comment below and I'll be sure to get in touch with you about that. But again, today I want to talk about this thought that if you change your thoughts, you can change your life. Or if we apply it to business, that you can change your business, and how I really think about this. So, as I told you earlier, I really do put a lot of stock into life coaching and mindset management and learning about how your mind works and how you can kind of not manipulate, but control the thoughts that you have to produce the outcomes that you're looking to produce. Now, when does this not exactly work for you? So, let's say that you are a solopreneur and you want to make more money in your business, but what you're thinking is, I don't have all the processes or tools or deliverables that I need in order to feel like I'm producing the results that I'm promising my clients. Okay. If you have that belief that I'm not really ready to produce the results, or I'm not at the level that I want to be at to help people produce results. I got a really itchy nose, so sorry. Not sure what's going on, but I have a really itchy nose right now. The seasons are kind of weird, right? It's like I said, it's February and everything is in bloom here. So I think I have a bit of seasonal allergies. So pardon me while I scratch my nose. Okay, so if you have this belief that you're not quite ready to get the people the results that you're promising, then you are not going to be able to change your business or your life by adopting new thoughts. Okay? If there are structurally or foundationally things that you have not put in place, you are not going to be able to change the happenstance of your business, right? How much money you're making, how many people you're serving, the results that you're providing. You're not going to be able to change that just by thinking different thoughts and thinking, I'm totally ready for these people. I can 100% get the results that they want me to help them get, right? You're not going to be able to make that leap. So, yes, there is validity in thinking that if you change your thoughts, you can change your life, because there's a lot that you can change with your thoughts, right? If you know that you're thinking negative thoughts, you don't have belief in yourself, or it's something that you know it's just a choice, and that there are other thoughts that you could choose that are just as true or more true that you could adopt, then you can change the way you're thinking and feeling. Okay? But if you don't have another thought that you can pick that's as true or truer than the thought of, I don't know that I can get people the result that they want to hire me to get, or when somebody hires me, I feel completely unprepared to take them from the point where they're struggling to the point where they want to see a result, or every time I start with a new client, I feel like I'm starting over. I feel unsure of myself the entire way through the process, right? If you're like me, and I'm a very literal, process oriented person, okay? If you are anything like me, you are not going to be able to dupe yourself into believing that you're at a higher level of foundational security in your business, then you're in. So if you find yourself every time you start thinking, like, I should be thinking better thoughts, people are waiting for me, people want what I have to offer, but you always go back to, but I know my offer could be better. I know that claiming I can get a result is a stretch because I don't 100% believe I can get that result. Then before you start trying to work on those behavioral thoughts, those, not behavioral, those thoughts that are going on in your head, beliefs is the B word I was looking for. Before you can work on those beliefs, you have to work on the thing that you're talking about in your belief, right? So then it goes back to, like, if you don't have the processes in place and you're trying to tell yourself that you have great processes, but you know you don't, you have to go put those processes in place. You can't just decide to think a different thought and decide, well, that's going to make the processes that I have feel great to me, right? That never would have worked for me. That's not the way I built my business. I didn't sit around thinking positive, floofy thoughts that make me feel great about the work that I'm doing, even though I haven't put in the work that I know I need to put in order to achieve the results with people that I can help them achieve. I would never have been able to confidently go out and tell people like you, I can help you. You have to have pieces of truth in place before you can believe, right? If you've never golfed before, you can never sit and believe, I'm like champion level golfer, right? You can try to tell yourself that, but you could never actually fully believe that you're a champion level golfer until you have some evidence that that might be true. You can't just sit and believe something until it becomes a truth. You have to actually be able to say, there's some evidence for it. Now, there's always evidence that you can point to that says you're not good enough, okay? What you need to be building in your life and in your business is more and more evidence that you are good enough, that you can do those things. And that does take work. So I don't want to discount the mindset work of coaching and choosing good thoughts, but I also don't want to lead you to believe that the only thing you need to think about and change is the thought, because that changing that thought may require putting some work somewhere else. Okay. And I don't want you to hear somebody talk about how coaching is the answer and how it's all about your thoughts and the beliefs that you have, and lead you down the path of thinking you don't have to do any more foundational work to feel like a pro. When, if you get honest with yourself, you know that you do have some foundational work. Okay. Now I'm using your business as an example here, but it could be anything else, right? It could be your relationship or the way you are in relationships. If you want to have a great relationship, but you cheat on every partner you've ever had, you can't just sit over here and believe I'm this great partner and anybody would be lucky to be with me and not work on the behaviors that are causing you to really, when you really look at it, believe that you're not a great partner, right? You have to clean that up. You have to clean up the foundation of the belief. And if you don't, you will never make progress in your belief. And even if you do, it won't be true. So you're going to continue to find evidence that it's not true. And that's not the way to build a belief. The way to build a belief is to believe something, to take an action, to take the evidence that was, worked in your favor, and to continue building your belief. But again, if you're only taking action that's discrediting the belief, that belief will never build. So I say all of that to say this. If you find yourself struggling in your business, you're a solopreneur, you know that you could be making more money, believing in yourself more, but like if somebody asked you to get honest and be real and said, how are things on the back end of your business? How do you feel? What are you doing? Are you confident in the results that you provide? Is everything, flowing smoothly and efficiently? Are you feeling good as you can, doing the administrative work, not feeling like frazzled and overwhelmed and like you're starting from scratch every time? If you are feeling some of those things, I would love to talk to you, because that is what I do. I help people make sure that the offering that they have is irresistible. And that means that it actually is what people need. and they know how to talk about it in a way that makes people want it and be willing to pay for it. And they have the tech in place that makes it easy for them to handle all of the administrative stuff. And they have something that makes them feel like a professional, whether that's a website or just professional materials that they can send out, that they know that when somebody hires them, it feels good to the client's happy they spent money with them, and ultimately gets the result that they paid for. If you want that in your business so that you can feel like a pro, like you're doing the best work you possibly can, making a real impact in other people's lives or businesses, and making a really good income for yourself, and you're not doing that right now, I would love to talk with you. You can go to readytomakemoremoney.com and sign up for a consult with me. Or you can just keep coming to these lives, looking at my emails. If you aren't on my email list, you need to go ahead and get on my email list. I'll put a link below this video right after. Make sure that you're reading the things that I'm putting out, listening to the content that I give, because I create a lot of content, and it's good content, and it will help you take your business to the next level so that you can make more money and more impact. So I'm going to step down off my soapbox. I'm going to have a great week. I hope you have a fantastic week. Are you ready for March? I mean, it's here. We got to be ready, right? Telling yourself you're not ready. I'll leave you with this. Byron Katie, who in my mind is an amazing coach and mentor, she has a saying where she says, if you argue with reality, you lose, but only 100% of the time. So when I say, are you ready for March? And if you want to say no, it's like, well, you can argue with reality, but you'll lose, but only 100% of the time, because March is basically here. So I hope you're ready for March. Hope you're ready to tackle this month. If you liked the way January and February went, I hope you have much more of that in March. If you weren't real happy with how January and February went, I hope a lot of that changes for you in March. If you want to reach out and find more out about the work that I can do with you to help you take your business to the next level, reach out. I would love to talk with you. And I'm just going to go ahead and sign off there. Hope you have a great day and a great week.